One of the toughest questions in estate planning is, if not my spouse, then who? If you have adult children and you love them all equally, this can be a really hard chore, especially when it comes to the medical wishes conversation. Because when it comes to medical wishes, you want to remove impediments to decision making, and having people make decision by committee for your medical care is kind of inefficient. And so picking children to make medical decisions for you is highly personal. It can be really difficult to figure out what the best way of doing it is. And it feels like you're picking fate amongst your children, and no one wants to pick a favorite child most of the time. I will say that there are some people. Strike that stuff. What I find myself recommending to clients many times when they have all good candidates, there's no clear choice, who would be best in the role of medical decision maker? Let's say you have 3 children. The first layer of analysis is going to be proximity. How close to you are your children in physical proximity? Because showing up at a hospital is way easier if it's a quick car ride versus if it's a plane ride. And if you have to go over to someone's house to meet the caretakers or just pop by for a wellness visit, let alone taking care of errands and chores around the house, physical proximity, pretty important. If all of your children are physically distant, that is going to be an even more difficult conversation. So physical proximity isn't a good way to distinguish between your kids. A lot of the times I'll just tell people, look, the logical, straightforward thing to do is just to appoint your children in order of age. Then just go boom, 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 boom down the list, one after the other. But here's the important thing. You have a family meeting with your children and say, here's what we did. We did it with attorney advice. Even though we're appointing one child to be the official signing authority on our behalf, we expect all 3 of our children to act cooperatively and communicate with each other so that a family decision can be reached. We're not playing favorites. We've done this for efficiency purposes, and we expect you to make decisions in a way that preserves the sibling relationship so that a family decision can be reached. And that's the most important thing to us. Now, if you go ahead and sit your children down and have that conversation with them, things are going to be a lot clearer, and you're going to set the expectation. In addition, it's a great opportunity to talk about end-of-life care. When would you not want to continue on being given artificial life-prolonging procedures? Would you want to be intubated? Would you want to have hydration and nutrition removed at some point? What are your wishes? Having that conversation with your family about agents and priority of decision making opens the door to having that conversation about end-of-life care. And so it's a really good idea to have a family meeting specifically about your medical preferences in life. Your family will benefit tremendously from knowing what your wishes are. So, hope this has been good advice to you. If you need any help establishing an advanced medical directive, reach out to us at Solon.